together and that bullshit talk. I don't think he understands why he got a 1 minute timeout. I was being nice to you. The issue was that we're not apes. We don't do that talk. That's not who we are. We're educated investors. You see, tonight's gonna be a little different. I went looking up the homework. I went figuring some stuff out. Talk about distractions and talk about manipulation of markets and people. And it happens. And the scariest thing, I've had the ability over all these years to pair up with some really smart people via YouTube, Reddit, TikTok, Twitter, all of it. You guys know that. I've created my own lane where this lane is about truth and integrity. Very hard to do on the internet. People would rather be lied to. So, and I know that part. I've seen it. But with guys like this who come to the chat have no clue that people were manipulated. People were cheated out of money. There was this thing that was happening on the internet in like real time. I've been around for almost 5 years now via YouTube and videos, thousands of videos, guys. You couldn't imagine the amount of hours I put in. And we currently carry around 24,000 unique viewers a month, meaning 15,000 subscribers, 9,000 lurkers. Those are all investors. That's how you see it, if you do simple math. Now, does it all need to be that? No, probably not. Probably there's somebody out there just watching the show just to watch me talk, lick my lips like I'm LL Cool J. There you go, Tony De Niro. But here's the thing. When I first started YouTube, it wasn't Trey Trades, and it wasn't Matthew Kors, and it wasn't Ralph Castaneda that caught me off guard. It wasn't Adam Aaron doing all of a sudden these pub interviews, and it wasn't Jackson Hunter, and it wasn't the Masked Investor, and it wasn't the Common Sense Investor, and it wasn't Tony De Niro. It was actually the guy who rubbed me wrong, who took me a different route, was this dude. Rest his soul. But you guys don't know him. And there was a thing about it. I don't know if you guys know about this stuff. So, if you guys can name them, that'd be fine. You guys do your thing if you can name them. But Lou was his name. And Lou would come in, and he'd come in and he would tell you things like, AMC going to the moon, everybody needs to get in it, run with this right now. Told the whole world this. Kept telling people, invest in it, believe in it. Everyone's in this thing. We're all going to run. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, I thought I was trapped in the Matrix. Because from 1 week to the next, he deleted all of his videos, every single one, created a whole new identity, and started talking about how AMC was a bad investment, how everyone needs to avoid it. And the I told you so. Like, he was the answer. And I was like, did people not realize what just happened? Lou versus Wall Street went out there and changed his tune mid-sentence. And I had never seen anything like it, but what I found out when I talked to Cosmic Lightning Warrior, because I really didn't think on these terms, was the internet's so big, but I don't even need Cosmic. I got one in my own family. I've got Rico, right? You guys know my twin brother. Well, you know what my twin brother does? You guys don't know this part. My twin brother, he's a handicapper, one of the most successful handicappers in sports betting in the world. He does really well in UFC fighting. He does extremely well in college football, and he charges for it. But you'll never forget the week that Reek went 0-10. On his top 10 locks for the week, he went 0-10. Does anybody know it? Did he give back the money? Did he pay it back to people? No. He called my dad crying, saying, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. And my dad, in the fashion that they are, these two scoundrels, they said, hey, a click's a click, a view's a view. Find some more people. And I was like, what? I'm blown away. Then he went onto the mic and said, hey, you lost your money. It's your own fault. You didn't take precaution. If you can't lose the money, don't bet it. Like, it was crazy. It was just the way they went about it. Zero integrity and didn't care. Then I go see Lou versus Wall Street do the same thing. You put your money in, that's you scoundrels. You guys betting with that American, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, you were just pumping it 6 months ago on the same channel, on the other channel. I got a comment in the video today. Blew me away, the comment, because I had said, no analysts cover GameStop, which they don't. No analyst in America covers GameStop. We know this part. Then it was crazy because somebody put a comment in the video and said, hey, Marantz, don't forget, there aren't any movies about it either. And we're talking about the other investment. No movie about AMC. There's no movie about Avis Rent-A-Car right now. There's no movie about Carvana going from $6 a share all the way to $400 and into the S&P 500. No movie. The movie's about what they want to put in front of you. The apes, the dumb money, the squeeze. They want that distraction. They want that distance from it. What was the rush for the movie? Because it wasn't played out. It's kind of like 9/11. That's what it reminded me of, guys. I don't know if you guys knew this, but when 9/11 happened, everyone was so quick to push the narrative to the front of the table. Quick to get troops deployed by 2003. Quick to get a movie out. Say, here's what happened at the World Trade Center. Here's what happened on Flight 83 or whatever the hell, United Airlines Flight 83, whatever it was. Guys, movies, plural. Plural documentaries, plural this, plural that, but nothing of fact, nothing of, hold on, let's settle down and let's look at the evidence. No, we didn't do that. That's not what the world did. The world just put something in front of you. We just had the biggest event in the history of our lives happen. Here, I'll explain it to you guys. The biggest event of your lifetime that has ever happened is not 9/11, it's not Charlie Kirk, it's not walking on the moon, it's COVID. It is the biggest event that has ever happened to the world. You were robbed of your freedoms individually, and governments printed money with free will. Who's paying for that? It's right here. It's now. This COVID money is hitting this market like you've never seen. But that's the biggest event that's ever happened in your life. They shut down the world. Not one movie. Not one documentary. Not one. So, I'm told that Avis Rent-A-Car is the next everything. And there's a common thread there with Avis being 100% short, as reported, allegedly. 100% owned, I should say, not short. It says, 2 firms own 100%. Pentwater and SRS. How is that possible? Is it because you said that? They said, well, hey, man, 108% are owned by 2 people. This thing's got to be shorted to infinity and beyond. Hi, guys. GameStop is short 16%. Therefore, 116% is owned right now. Shouldn't people be up in arms? It's 16% short. Explain that to me. A company with 0 short thesis. They have increased income. Money's expanding and increasing every day. They make money on the shitter. Is that not financial enough for you? I'm so sorry. They have compounding interest on dollars that they've invested on short-term securities. Is that fair? I'm going to tell you guys, I might not be the most popular guy on YouTube yet, but I didn't take any shortcuts. I didn't take the handouts that Scarelli and Pulte and Ian Carroll and anyone else who ever wanted to collab. I didn't take the handouts the easy way. People would say I expose people for clicks and views. Trust me, you want clicks and views, you don't need to expose people. You just need to go along with the game. AMC to the moon. Soon. That's all you got to do. It must be Taco Tuesday. We've talked about this for the last 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, year. I've talked about this since February. The timing of headlines and news and Trump making announcements that affect the stock market. Perfectly planned, executed announcements after the market closes, before it opens, never during. And Trump chickens out again. Extends the ceasefire with Iran where he can do nothing. Guys, you can play tough. You can act tough. That's all you're doing. Congress is not going to back a war via boots on the ground. You can call it a military conflict all you want. You can stretch your authority all you want, Mr. President. And I support the United States of America no matter whom is in that office. But I see a direct correlation to the markets versus you, and I've been calling this out for a year. More than a year. Right here on this channel every day. Shocker. Breaking news. BBC World News reports, and I quote, the BBC just verified or validated everything we've been saying. A clear pattern of trades right before major Trump announcements. Iran war, tariff reversals, policy shifts. We tracked a whale for weeks. 0 losses, 11 wins, 100% win rate. You would go to prison for trading on a tip from your cousin. They front run war decisions with billions of dollar bets. Now BBC has the receipts. Nobody will be investigated. Nobody will be charged. The game is rigged, and now the world knows it. That was reported by the BBC. Yeah, we know. I've been sitting there brainstorming, like ideas and thoughts, and I go, hey man, I think they're gonna go ahead and they're just gonna extend that. Oh, they're gonna announce this. They're gonna do that because I look for it. I look for the hedges to the world. I look for the common threads. Since 2001, I've been watching this. And I've educated myself every day that I go. How high do you think this Avis rent-a-car is going to go? What do you think it should be doing? Here, I'll play with you guys. It's $700 right now. Okay? This is the chart. That is a needle. What supports this pump in your mind? I'll go to the monthly. Do you see it? I've been around for a long time. If you want to pump, what do you think you're missing out on? I'll wait for you, America. This is the weekly. Run, run, run. To what? Why? Because someone announced ownership of shares on the 13F being more than 100%. Guys, I'm just sorry to tell you this. Every stock in the world is 100% owned and more. It's not breaking news. Well, Marantz, it's to this, it's to that. Yeah, okay. It's short, and it should be. The fundamentals are there to not fall back on. Terrible investment, terrible leadership. Pumping something so that other people can get in via social media, via the headlines, via the FOMO. If that thing can go from 80 to 700, it's 100% owned. That's the only thing? They're not making a profit. They're not having billions of dollars in the pocket in the bank. It's just, it was listed 100% owned. That's why it ran to the sky. That's what you want me to believe. Guys, how often do the 13Fs get filed, and how late do you get your data from? Short data comes out 2 weeks later, so we don't know if anyone's really sold or not. I went and looked at Well Wisdom and said that so-and-so doesn't hold a position, but yet it's listed here. I've seen people decrease their ownership as it sells through. So who's buying these bags? Who's buying this run to the mountaintops? Who's taking the trade? Who's taking the risk? It's not GameStop investors. Maybe I'm wrong. He literally tells everyone when to buy and actively trading shit. I just wait for the tweets. Oh, yeah. Trump? Yeah. Without a doubt. Retail's going to be holding the bag. There's a smart guy. Not this retail. Here, let me show you guys some stuff. This is the board of directors for Avis Budget Group. They know what their stock is at. They know they can't physically sell it at this level. SRS Investment Management has owned this since 2021. They literally own the stock, and they're on the board of directors. Cool. Let's go look at it. I can go here. This young man here is prior to joining Tiger Global, yes, he's a Tiger Cub, managing director of Tiger Global Management. You guys know the crew, right? Martin Scarelli, all the Tiger Cubs, the guys at Archegos, all the Tigers. Cool. So we know who these guys are. Got it. Bernardo, what's up, bro? Well, this is private equity here, but I'll leave it alone. He's some Brazilian guy from Heinz, which is fine. I'm not going to judge you that way. I judge this lady right here because she's from the Boston Consulting Group. She's also with Anderson Howitz, who's also private equity via Drexel. The connection there. We've talked about this before. Don't worry. Private equity's here. They've been here. This young man, Pivotal Comware, AT&T. What did I see from him? It didn't really matter because I was already convinced that this is private equity. I play on this. This young lady, she has her ties to Canada, but I'll leave it over there. It's not for me to judge. But she is Revlon. From that, yep, there you go. Revlon. If you don't know about Revlon, private equity, dumped it, and, bankruptcy. What's up, my man? CRS. So, yeah, so they're big. These guys own it, and that's what they want to own, and that's what they want to push. I mean, they can sit on it for all I care. Right here. SRS owns 43% of Avis Budget Rent-A-Car. That is down, actually. It is not at that level. When I went here, they owned 23% of their portfolio, down 7%. They've been selling it off. They have been selling it off as they're going, and who's buying? Pentwater. There's the other guy right there. So allegedly, these two guys collectively own 100%. You show me the filing where they own 100%. I see 49 and I see 22. I don't see 100. But somebody went out there and put out a post saying they have 100. So it must be true, Marantz. Must be true. So I was looking, despite big position in troubled Avis. So you mean to tell me these guys own 32% of the company? Yet I just showed you they only own 23 now. So that they've been selling it this whole way down? There's a real risk here, but how old is this risk? 2022? 2021? Here, we'll see when this was written. 2024. So they held it through it all because there must have been some magnificent gains happening here. That must have been what was going on. Pentwater Capital. You know what's funny about these guys? They show up everywhere. Pentwater Capital, we'll talk about them in a little bit. So Avis came into an agreement in 2020. Shocker. Went through, said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put these guys on the board of directors. It's a hostile takeover because that's what these guys do. That's what the SRS does. They do hostile takeovers. Pentwater, same deal. What were they in? The Paramount deal? everybody was talking about. Pentwater writes letters to teams and try to take over. Pentwater right here, they actually did the dip financing for Saks Global. So for Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, Pentwater came in with $1.25 billion, not 1.7. Don't worry, they fixed it later. Who's over here? David Zinn, you're from Pentwater. I know, you used to work for Citadel. It's just, I know, it's just for fun because I don't really care about that end. But, you know, I see the two guys who get in front of everything. Paramount Eyes, Pentwater Capitals, Matthew Halbauer for Warner Brothers board seat. What do you know? How is Pentwater in the middle of everything? How's it that they just use these headlines, use these names? Did they end up getting them on the seat? Nope. This leverage ended up going the other way for Skydance and Paramount? Yes. What was my point? What's my point of all that? My point is this, that if you guys believe the headlines put in front of you, you're going to lose every dollar given to you. I know these guys have been on a mad run every week, every day, every whatever the hell it is. Mad run. And maybe you didn't make money off the $80 at the bottom all the way to $800 at the top. Maybe it is up 8x, 9x. Maybe. Or maybe you don't play in that playground. You want to go do it? I'm not going to stop you. I'm just telling you what it is. I'll be here when this thing crashes. I'll be here when this thing gets promoted in front of everybody. But what I won't be doing, I won't be seeing a movie about it. I won't see anything about it. It'll be another splash in the pan, come and go. I've seen them throughout all the years. What I never see is it happen to GameStop. And it's not because GameStop doesn't have momentum or anything. No, it's because we own GameStop and that's it. And until they come close out that position, they better keep leveraging shit like this. Things from 2020, 2021, 2022 that once pumped and didn't pump, and now it's back to pumping. Offset your leverage all you guys want. The last pump you saw on that stock, just so that we're clear, equivalent to the pump you see now, I'm going to show it to you, okay? So you guys can call me a liar. And then we'll go from there. And we got it going on, baby doll. And I'm on fire. I took her to the hotel. She said, "You're the king." I said, "Be my queen if you know what I mean." And let's do the GameStop thing. Check this out. So right here is where the stock started running. Do you guys see it? Right here? Boom. What's that day? The buy button getting taken away? You mean to tell me it ran up when GameStop ran? Then it kept running all the way up until the days of GameStop running? That's the offset. Ran all the way in 2021, November. Boom. Now we go. Now we drain the shit out of it. You see it right here. Gross. Push down. Oh, wait. What was happening? What was happening? GameStop going up again? GameStop doing their thing? Why is it? Somebody tell me, okay? And you guys can help me out with this. I see this. I see this chart. I see this top line, which I know I do. I could even drop it to here, and we could stretch it out sideways if you want. I wouldn't care. Like that. Wouldn't matter. Somewhere in that, all even. You have support from way down here. The support finally ran through both. And as it got to the end of the Dorito, it had a breakout, came back down, and then had a real rocket reaction, right? So you have your bottom. It's all there. So what do you guys see? Bullish pennant all the way down, and then a real rocket reaction for what? For the news that, hey, there's more owned than what's available to you. Not fundamentals, not the business doing better. This is what they told you. So look at the reaction, the allergic reaction it had. Boom, nuclear reaction from way down here all the way sky high. And this is on a weekly chart. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 weeks later, guys. 9 weeks later, it's up 10x. That's the run. Okay. I'm going to remember that. So I'm going to be looking for a 9-week run out of GameStop. Don't worry. You haven't bounced yet. We touched the bottom down here. We bounced up 10x, right? They gave us some real juice. Did we pass up the first flagpole? Did we do that? No. Okay, watch this. I want to show you guys something. You go over here, go to car, and I want you guys to go to the monthly. This is your flagpole. Right here was your first one, jumped all the way up, and we ran sideways for months, down all the way to the ground. This reaction of this stock, whatever it may be, people say it's a real FOMO squeeze. Cool. Look what it did. All the way up, bigger than the original flagpole, bigger than everything. Right? Cool. Where's my money? Where's my flagpole for this? You gave me this original flagpole. You show me where that is on this next piece of shit right here. Let's keep going all the way to the end. I don't care when you get it. It's going to have to go straight to the damn moon. That's it. All the way to the top. You're going to be somewhere over here by $800 a share. Oh, yeah, $700. Why not? Why? Is it unrealistic? Okay, let's go talk about unrealistic for a long while. Let's go back over here. Let's go here. You guys can agree to disagree. The world can tell you I don't know what I'm looking at. All right, let's try it out. Carvana. Carvana, overall market cap, $25 billion. Cool. Net income, they lose $1 billion a year. $889 million a year they lose. You know that's terrible. Shares outstanding, a significantly small float, meaning who really owns all the shares? Who? Is it just these guys? Is it just me? These guys own 23 million shares, 23% of the portfolio, whatever the hell it is. So they own the whole thing? Is that the issue? Good. How are you going to extract value out of this? The price target is at 135. It's trading at 713. Who's buying it? Here, we'll do one even better. We'll go to the quarterly report, and we'll go ahead and look and see how much revenue they do. So revenue is declining, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. When gross profit is increasing, which I love. You come through, you go down everything. Here's operating income, increasing, looking better and better. Lost it, increased it. What happened? Interest of $400, almost $500 million, $400 million, kicking its ass. Taxes, kicking its ass. Where are you really at? You're losing money. You're losing money. What did you lose last year? Almost $2 billion. It's simple math. Real simple. Is the company running at an all-time high? Free cash flow margin, gone. Burn. Oh, no, don't tell me that. Don't tell me their balance sheet. They're not sitting on a stack full of cash. Why would we be buying this thing? Oh, $500 million, Marantz. 10X run, $500 million. Cash. That's it. All their assets are right here. This is what people want. The $22 billion in plant and equipment. That's all they want. There's nothing else here for this company. Total liabilities, $35 billion versus $31 million in assets. Long-term debt of $25 billion, and you're buying into that. How could they ever pay that off? They're losing $1 billion a year, and they're at $25 billion in debt. Eventually, you're going to dilute your shares. You're going to have to issue more shares. You're going to have to do something for that debt. It's about to be really bad for people. But, what do I know? Book value is at negative $88 a share, and they're buying it for $700. I call bullshit. One of the worst sheets you're ever going to see. But as you can see, it doesn't matter, because fundamentally, that doesn't matter. One of the worst investments you'll ever make is Arvis. I'm so sorry. Carvana, you're next. By the way, GameStop, another share today. Thank you so much. 2,515.825 shares at $59,436.39. Currently worth $61,538. That is my personal cash account, and I'm up $2,100 in my investment. Thank you, all you small kids in the back. Take notes, please. All right, so all these other investments get to run to the moon. Us, throw them in the dirt. Throw them in the dirt. They're worth nothing. Every movie, every naysayer, every stock I see pumped, I know exactly what to do. Stay on my roll. Mr. Premium of option 888 says win moon. Yesterday, bro. Yesterday. If you would have put the house on Avis. Why didn't you go buy Avis, bro? What's wrong with you? Win Lambo? Who talks this way? Like, how are those the words you choose to say? Here I am playing good Huey Lewis in the news. Still celebrating Justin Bieber's comeback. I'm doing life right, bros. Came home, Wife was cooking meat. She actually was cooking chicken. I'm excited for tomorrow. Got a long day ahead of me. But my nights are going good these days, guys. Derek, I wrote you in the chat, let you know your package is on its way. It said tomorrow. So, FedEx. You know, I don't go cheap for you, bro. You don't go cheap for me, I don't go cheap for you. I hope I signed enough. I signed 2 books on the inside cover. You open up the cover, it's on the inside. You'll see it. I got you 2 paperbacks of the book. I have a hardback coming. I don't know when it's going to get here. I have a hardback coming. So, I might do a giveaway for that as well. I haven't figured it out yet. I just ordered 1. And so I was like, all right, let me get 1. Call me the Gavin Newsom, the guy who buys his own book. Gavin bought 1.5 million worth of copies of his book. Me, I bought 1. That was it. You guys bought the rest. Appreciate you. Been watching a lot of the news, guys. A lot of the headlines on Twitter. Power packs are everywhere. Everyone has access to power packs. Everyone has access to the physical power packs for $160 a piece. Me, I'm just trying to live, bros. Life one day at a time. I did get a letter from somebody. I got a letter in the mail from someone, a very cryptic message. I didn't understand it. 1, I want to know how they got my address. 2, I didn't recognize the name. 3, it said some crazy shit in there. And I was like, all right. I hear you. And it made me think. It made me think. That's all I can tell you. The letter was pretty spooky. But if it's true, it was printed up from. So it's really crazy, bro. I don't know. I don't want to say too much. Because, 1, my daughter is, yeah, no, it's just too much to say right now. We'll talk about it in about a week. My wife is like, do not throw that letter away. Put it away. Save it. We need to know who that guy is. We need to know everything. I was like, baby, I got you. I felt like I was in the movie The Bodyguard. I'm Whitney Houston, by the way, in that movie. I'm trying to get protected. I'm trying to hire security. I'm doing my thing. You guys just stop me. Hey, Whitney Houston was it, bro. You know, her, I was in love with Whitney Houston growing up when I was young. She was my first crush. My absolute first crush when I was young. Because her lips, the way they move when she sings, and it was a music video, and it was all right there. Hi. And I was like, whoa, look at those lips move, bro. I had just kissed a girl for the first time. And like, I was when I first kissed a girl, I think, I kissed a girl. Yeah, I was 10 years old, so it had to be 1992. That's right when Bodyguard came out. I know it because I was like, yo, this woman's lips, they actually look like Yadet's lips and how they felt. The girl I first kissed, her name was Yadet. Shout out to her. She passed away, but very sad when she passed away. I was sad. I was actually sad. I should be. Said, speaking of hardback, bro, pause. Said, are they on the wait to order list type thing? So I haven't received any shipping info. Been almost 2 weeks. Not too worried since my paperback. In the meantime, yeah, Michael. I didn't see your order go through, Michael. I saw other people's orders go through. I know you posted saying you ordered one, but I didn't see it go through on my end. I could be wrong, but when I have mine, it said shipped. It said so-and-so shipped your book. That's what it said. So my book did get shipped. I would double check it. And don't come looking at me, bro. They pay the royalties. Well, we'll see. Yeah, just check it. That's it. I did see a Reddit post, not sure how much of it is true, about website traffic to Power Packs increased 450% since the launch to 400K visits worth 151K unique visits in 2 weeks. Pretty solid. Yeah, I don't know how you're getting your information. And I don't know how that's public or how that would ever get out. So, yeah. And furthermore, the fact that you go on Reddit, this might not be the home for you. Okay? Cool? Yeah. That's all I want to tell you. So you can take it however you want, but go spend that time with the wifey Kyoto. Got you. Yeah, I won't take any information from Reddit, and I'll tell you why. And I don't mind saying this to anyone is in that space. They're all anonymous. People that post on Reddit refuse to expose who they are for the fear of nothing. They're the fear of no one. It's something I've learned about technology. The more you introduce technology to this world and or to a certain set of people, the more or the less cognitive retaining that they do. Like, you think about it. The way we learn, this is why we're so intelligent, our crew, the ones that actually learned via, not the internet. We learned it by reading books and or looking things up in almanacs and encyclopedias. Our literacy is better. Our memory is better. Our recall, our attention span is better. But kids found a way to get by skimming. And so when I see people do the same thing with Reddit, they go through and they skim it all. They look for headlines and facts that they want to mimic and say and make them seem smart in the crowd. I would ask you to go do your own due diligence. How could you verify the stat you put out? The info you just put out about they launched and it's 450% and it's a launch of 450K visits worth 151K unique visits. Look at what you just said. Nowhere in there is 151K to 450K, 450%. Where's your math and where's your logic? Where did you get this number from? Pretty solid. Why would you say pretty solid? Compared to what number? How do we know that's a terrible fucking number? Where's your data? What's your factor? What are you factoring in? Is it impressions? Is it click-through ratio? Is it revenue dollars on the other end? I wouldn't give a shit if we had 500,000 visits or 1 million or 2 million. What's the revenue? You can't take clicks and views to the bank. Can't put them on. Last I checked an income statement, balance sheet, I don't see clicks and views and impressions. This is the ignorance I'm talking about. Somebody comes up to you and says, yeah, well, I have X amount of viewers. I have X amount of views. I have X amount of... So? These guys buy bots. These guys buy views. These guys buy subscribers. What's material out of that? How much information, how much communication do you have with someone? This channel's unlike any one other. Not only do we have over 23,000 unique viewers each month, I interact with every single person that types in the chat. Nobody does that. My whole life. Nobody does that. Complete transparency. Nobody does that. Don't believe a number put in front of you. Believe a number that you can actually go and find yourself. Multiple sources. Put some thought behind it. When these guys tell you, well, GameStop's going to have $500 billion. Think about this. Jeremy said this shit. I'll never get over it. $500 billion in transactions via power packs. That's why the revenue is going to be $1.8 billion this quarter. I said, what the fuck is he talking about? Do you know how much? $500 million. Do you know how much $500 million is? How much inventory would you have to sell? How many $100 transactions would you have to complete? How many times do you have to see the thing go up, the machine pop out a prize, say, hey, here you go? How many times do you have to see that to get that number? Millions and millions and millions of times. And then you got to tell me that you did all of that in 90 days? You must have been running a machine 24/7. I must not know about it. How about the inventory of the cards themselves? The shipping, the stamps, the Pitney Bowes that we got to pay for this damn shipping. What is it that you guys have not factored in to the simplicity of data that's given to you? The number $9 billion of GameStop dollars, do you know how, it's just unimaginable how much money that is. And people write it off to say it's just normal. Oh, it's good. No, anyone could raise that. Anyone could go raise it on the markets. Go try it. Try it. There's a reason why these guys don't try it. Reason why about 200 companies in the world can go to the public and get money. And GameStop's one of them. You see incomplete ATMs all the time. Well, we're going to offer it at the market. Nobody wants to buy it at your price. If that were the case, there'd never be a thing called a pipe deal. So pipe down. People have lost a sense of money because corporations are wasting more than the governments lately. Not only that, you think about how much they've built up infrastructure, and they say a number like when you see all birds go up there and say we're going to raise $50 million for AI infrastructure, people laugh. What the $50 million? What are you doing? $50 million is a lot of money. And how could you raise it? Yeah, you could print money. That's fine. Like, you could print it. But that doesn't change what a company does with money. The old-fashioned way of putting money in front of you and trying to put it in your pocket. People lose sight of that. People lose sight of what $20 an hour is. And I'm talking about like minimum wage in California for a fast food worker. I have to hear, well, people can't afford to live. Well, remember, you're a fast food worker. Entry-level position. So live at home with your parents? Cool. And that's maybe what you need to work and make, whatever. Find a way to make money while you're asleep. A lot of us who are putting money away into GameStop, we understand we're a sleeping giant. That savings account that you've been putting away for GameStop, that brokerage account that you've been stacking dollars into GameStop, that's something. And I'm not trying to shit on $20. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to tell you that if you were to make $800 every 2 weeks, is it every 2 weeks? It's $1,600. I apologize. It's $800 a week for $20 an hour. You tell me how much you can go get a car for if you had to go get a car. If you had to buy something, if you had to pay for something, you could do it. I made $200, $300 every 2 weeks at a job that I worked. I had no choice. But if you would have told me, you know what, you got to learn to live off of $800, you could. You could all do it. It's going to be tough, but you could do it. But we're giving you a way out of that life, guys. You're in another country. We're giving you a way out of that. It's GameStop. GameStop's going to get you out of everything you ever thought about. And yeah, it's taking years. And yeah, but you know what? You wouldn't have the money you have today in GameStop. You wouldn't have that money, period. You would have spent it. Now that you put it away in a lockbox, the world's looking for you. They'll never know what's going to come out of this. They just can't understand it. You go look at Avis Rent-A-Car right now and you tell me that shit ran up $700 something. Tell me who's selling it. Tell me who's running that up. Because those insiders, Pent Water and SRS, you tell me. It looks like some people are transferring out and people will be holding bags. So everyone who's pumping it, everyone who's talking about it, these no-name YouTubers, these Reddit accounts, these Twitter accounts, I know the game. I've been here too long. What are my thoughts on Kevin Warsh, the upcoming Fed chair? I don't have any thoughts. Other than Trump always putting people that have direct ties to private equity into power positions. That's it. That's everybody. That influence has been around for 40 years. Buddy of mine has some GameStop thanks to me, but he also started chasing oil stocks. Burned for 30% having breakfast tomorrow to first of all slap him and tell him 51 more. Yeah, I mean, we got a shout out right here to the homie Emilio at GameStop for the free Sega CD. That's tight. You know, here's the thing. You guys watched the Knicks in the Atlanta Hawks game last night? Yeah, me either. I don't watch basketball. I don't watch sports. I don't watch LeBron blow out the damn, I don't even know, the fifth seed and they're the fourth seed. I didn't watch it. I don't watch this crap, guys. But somebody does. And somebody has to put money on it. because they always feel like they see something that they need to be a part of. I'm here to tell you, every dollar not in GameStop is a wasted dollar. My opinion, of course. One day on God's green earth, GameStop is going to run. And it's going to run to a dollar amount that people can't fathom. And you're going to be the guy sitting in the passenger seat, not in the driver's seat. The driver's seat is Ryan Cohen. He's driving, babe. I'm right there with you guys, though. And the only thing I can tell you is, don't touch the radio.